Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and I want to share with you and talk about some day trading truths and just open up the pages of transparency when it comes to what it's actually like to be a day trader. And in doing so, going to be a little embarrassing on my part because nobody likes to talk about losses. But that is actually the first day trading truth that you need to realize is that losing trades happen. I understand it's very easy to fall into the mindset of it's all about making money. It's all about how much money you can make. You know, the sky's the limit. And all those things are true. You can make money. You can make a whole lot of money. But you're not always going to be making money. And the sooner you realize that, whether you're a beginner day trader, swing trader, investor, or maybe you're kind of intermediate and you're not quite sure, you're still trying to find your way, just realize and understand up front that losses are going to happen. They should happen. If you're sitting here watching this video saying, Clay, you don't know what you're talking about. I have a strategy that has a 100% win rate. You haven't been trading long enough. I assure you, there is no such thing in the world that of a 100% win rate. And I can also assure you that you have not discovered, well, Clay, until me. Listen, just take a step back. You're not the one that's discovered the 100% win rate strategy. All right. Well, you're just a hater. That's fine. All I ask is when you do get hit in the face, just try to remember who offered you up a warning. So that is day trader truth number one. Losses happen. And on top of that, losing streaks also happen. Meaning it's not like, hey, you're going to lose here or there. Sometimes you're just going to enter into those slumps. You're going to enter into periods where it feels like you just can't do anything right. Now, the good news here is that, yes, losing streaks do happen, but as you get more experience, as you get a rock solid strategy and approach to the market, that doesn't mean that losing streaks won't happen, but they're going to be fewer and far between. But you need to realize that from a transparent point of view and a truthful point of view, losing streaks are going to happen. And if they happen to you, who knows? Maybe you're in a losing streak right now. Maybe you're in a slump. Now, it could, and this is where it gets tricky, right? Because quite frankly, yes, a possibility is, you know what? Yeah, you're in a slump, you're in a losing streak because you don't know what you're doing. You don't have an actual strategy. That is a very realistic possibility. However, there is also the possibility of, that's just what happens sometimes. As nice as it would be to say, no, losing streaks will never happen if you have a good, solid strategy, that's still not going to happen either. But what I want to focus on here and just kind of share with you is some tips and tricks that I would recommend for you to use to help pull yourself out of a cold streak, to help take that and be like, you know what, I'm on the cold streak. It's just the losing streak of losing streaks, but how you can put an end to it in a smart way, because you're always going to be in a very difficult, a very dangerous psychological, state of mind when you start to lose once and then twice. And in this case, and what you're seeing here on the screen, I'm sure you've already been looking, but this was my losing streak that I'm sharing with you. And this was quite literally 5 days in a row of losses. Let me repeat that. 5 days in a row of losses. And I lose. But I can't remember the last time that I had 5 red days in a row. And I don't say that in a bragging way. I just say it in a way of, again, once you get more experience, once you get consistency, good, risk management, systems in place, then it should be rare that you're going to have a losing streak of 5 days in a row. And like I said, it's embarrassing to talk about this because, who loses money 5 days in a row? Like, you have to actually try pretty hard to lose money 5 days in a row, because even if you're just a degenerate gambler that's making random decisions, you would think at least one of the 5 days you'd somehow just kind of luck out and have green. But no, I had 5 losing days in a row right here. So those are the first two truths. Please understand moving in, because the quickest way to fail as a beginner day trader is to have unrealistic expectations. If your expectations are not in line with reality, then as soon as you get punched in the face, you're going to be caught off guard and you're not going to know what to do. And there's a high likelihood that you may just give up. You may be like, well, this is all rigged against me. And you're going to come to some faulty conclusion, when if you just had the truth going in, which is hopefully what I'm accomplishing here, is that's okay. That's going to happen. You're going to be losing money. You're going to go on losing streaks. So those are the first couple of truths. But now let's transition to, okay, we're operating under the assumption now that you do actually have a valid strategy. You do have a system in place that is credible, right? Because there's so much gray area, as I said earlier, because I don't want you to think that, hey, I'm on a losing streak, therefore I need to do what Clay says and it'll be fine. No, that's not true. If you're on a losing streak, you might just be on it because it's a bad strategy, because it's not a valid strategy, because you don't know what you're doing. And that is okay if you don't know what you're doing, because we all start off that way. And the worst thing you can do in those situations is to lie to yourself and be like, no, I know what I'm doing. No, this is a great strategy. Are you sure? That's really all I can say. But let's assume that, okay, yeah, it is a valid strategy. You do have consistent results. You do have a track record where you know that you have, hundreds of trades, and over the course of those hundreds of trades, you're profitable. Sure, you lose some, but you have plenty of data that shows, what I'm doing as a whole is a valid strategy. But you find yourself all of a sudden on a losing streak. So what can you do? What would I recommend you should do? And the first thing is just admit and realize that you're in a dangerous psychological area, because it's very, very easily for you to just kind of throw up your hands, be like, you know what? I just don't even care anymore. I'm going big. I'm going all in. I'm going to just boom. I'm just going to make it happen. Like, I'm sick and tired of this losing streak. Not only am I going to end the losing streak, but I am going to just punch this losing streak in the face. That is, as a trader, I'm assuming you're an ambitious person. I'm assuming you're a competitive person, because you need to be competitive. You need to be ambitious if you're going to have a chance at success. But this is where it's the catch-22, because that's it. Let's go. You losing streak. You want a piece of me? I'm going to give you a big piece. And then there's that temptation to up position size, to go big or go home, because you are a competitive, ambitious monster. Ain't nobody going to keep me down. You're knocking me down. I've been knocked off the horse 5 days in a row, but you know what? I'm going to come back at you on an elephant. I get it. That sounds good. That's cool. Like, all right, yeah, let's go get them. Rah, rah. Don't do it. In fact, do the exact opposite. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of threw the rah-rah talking about elephants. I don't even know where that came from, but I sidetracked myself to the point that I wanted to give a little bit more context and walk you through this real-life case study. So this is not me talking in theory. This is not like some sort of author writing a book that's talking about things, how it's supposed to happen. But did it ever actually happen to the author? Who knows? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But like I said, this is all real life stuff. So in order for this to all kind of make sense and to walk you through the case study, like I said, I meant to get to this first. But like I said, and I already alluded to this a little bit, but just admit to yourself that you're in a bad psychological spot. And this was the 5th day here of the journey. So this is my Instagram here that you're looking at. So I made a post. So none of this was hidden along the way. I was disclosing the fact that I was on a cold streak, and right here, I say the cold streak continues. And I could not remember the last time it happened, right? 5 days in a row. Like I said, you have to try really hard to have 5 losing days in a row. But here's the key, and here's what I want to focus on moving forward. For those of you operating under the premise, again, that you do have a valid strategy, but maybe you find yourself, maybe not in a 5-day losing streak, but you find yourself in a spot where I feel like I can't do anything right. I feel like it's just something's not working. You just feel kind of blah, right? So again, maybe it's not even a losing streak. Maybe it's a win, loss, win. It's just random, but you're not feeling like you normally feel. But in this case, you can see down here, I say just need to stay calm and confident. So calm and confident, which brings up the question, okay, that's great, Clay. Nice little soundbite. Just need to remain calm and confident. But what does that actually look like? How does that actually play out in the real world of trading? And very good question. Thank you for asking. So that's where I'm going to pick up here. But again, like I said, the first part of staying calm is doing the exact opposite of what I alluded to when I'm talking about ambitious. Okay, I'm sick of this losing streak. I need to just punch it in the face. Let's just up the size. Let's just go big or go home. I keep getting knocked off the horse, so I'm going to show up with an elephant. That's not staying calm. Okay, that sounds cool from like a motivational speech standpoint, but it's not actually staying calm. So what does staying calm actually look like, and should it look like? Now, I suppose I'm biased, I am biased, but I think a cool thing about my channel, I think a cool thing about videos like this that maybe others can't quite offer is that I do record my trades live. So I suppose it's a quick plug to check out my live trading series. But what's neat about this is I had this in the back of my mind. Let's just show people how to work their way through all this. And right here, you can see that. And if you want to see any of these entire videos, then you can just check the links down in the description box, and I'll link you to them. But the first video I did, and the first day that I did, was like, okay, first part of staying calm, I reduced position size. I made my position size smaller. So you see on the screen here, how to fight cold streaks. And the first step in fighting, and what you would see in this video, which would be great if you want to go and watch the whole thing, but if not, I'll just give you kind of the summarized version of it. But if you want to see how each of these things played out in the real world of trading with, again, no theory here, these are my actual results, and I captured them all on video. But if you want to see how to fight, in that video, you're going to see reduced position size. You're going to see me using position size much smaller than I normally would. But that was just because at this point, I'm trying to stay calm, and staying calm is, like I said, doing the exact opposite of going big and going home. In fact, it's not even staying the same, it's actually reducing. And first off, the reducing is accomplishing this. It's acknowledging the fact that, yeah, you're just not in the right frame of mind. I don't care what you tell yourself, you're not in the right frame of mind, all right? There is something off. You're going to want to, get those gains back, but just realize you're not in the right frame of mind. And because of that, you need to, all right, you could do some stupid stuff, right? So if you're going to do stupid stuff because you're not in the right frame of mind, which you are, I don't care what the voices are telling you, you know what? Let's make sure we're doing the stupid stuff with smaller size. That way, if the streak continues, it's continuing in a very kind of anticlimactic way because you're not looking at some sort of massive loss. But the other thing that it's going to do is it's going to help you build that confidence back up, because when you can go and show, and in this situation, as you'd see, on that day, I made, let's just call it $130. Now, is that a huge amount? Is that really putting any sort of dent in the losses that I had up to that point, which were relatively modest? But point here being is no. But you have to realize that going in, the point is not to wipe away all your losses. The point is to just say, I need to stay calm. I'm acknowledging that I'm not in the right mental frame, but let's start to get some confidence. Let's start to work our way to realizing that, okay, yeah, you're still seeing the market fine. Your strategy does still work. Sure, you've had some situations where the market has just decided to not work the way you would expect it to, but that's the idea, is you're staying calm and you're just building up some confidence. And in hindsight, yeah, if I would have used normal position size, or dare I say, if I would have scaled up position size, then this would have been a very, very solid green day. But you can't go down that rabbit hole. You can't fall into that, because you got to realize my job right now is just to stay calm and start to build some confidence. And that is exactly what I did. So it's easy to sit there and play the I should have done bigger size, but also, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but the one thing I did do right is I realized, okay, Clay, good. You made some good trades. You saw things the right way. Things went your way. All right, you're getting things back in order. So the next day, the confidence was there. Okay, let's start to, let's start to build things up a little bit more. Let's start. And again, the second day, is not all about getting your gains back, but it is about staying calm. But part of staying calm is I do need to eventually work myself back up to normal position size. But let's start to scale things up. So I'm not saying, and this is everybody's going to be different. Maybe for you, you're going to want to stay at small, reduced position sizing for several days. I don't know. That's where everybody's a little bit different. That's where you kind of got to figure out your own psychology and where you sit with things. But for me, just needed the day. All right, good. Worked out. But now for some people, maybe after one day, they're ready to go back to full position size. For me, that's not me though. For me, it's like, let's scale up a little bit more and let's actually see what happens. And the next day, well, you can see that not only did I stay calm and do it the right way by slowly scaling back upwards, but it turned out to be another very nice day. And again, if you want to see how this entire day played out, then I'll put the link to this live trade video down in the description box, and you can look at that entire thing. But you can see right there, very, very happy with the gains. $652. That was on a Friday. So heading into the weekend, all right, feeling good, fantastic. Now on actually a little bit of a green streak. Now, of course, I haven't wiped away all the losses, but that's not the goal. I don't want that to be your goal either. Just get the confidence back as you stay calm. Staying calm and building confidence is a great way. If you're trying to build confidence in a very hectic and a very uncalm way, that's going to be a disaster. And I don't say that as a, in theory. I say it as I've done that on, definitely several occasions. You don't want to do that. You want to stay calm as you build the confidence, but that's what happened here. Got the confidence, got a nice solid green day. Again, sure, all the red was not wiped away, but I was feeling good, feeling okay. All right. I felt like I was back in a groove. I felt like, you know what, I'm ready to go. Now, of course, you got to always see how Monday shape takes place. If there's not any sort of setups that you really like, well, then that's a different situation. But going into Monday, I'm thinking, all right, I'm feeling good. Again, I'm not sitting there on Monday saying, okay, now this is the day where I get the rest of the red back. Nope. I'm saying, you know what, we'll see how the market goes. And if I'm liking what I see, then I can see myself going back to normal position size. But at this point, I'm feeling very, very good headed into the weekend. And then, Monday happened, saw some good setups, saw a setup that I liked, took the trade, took some patience, but I had confidence in it. So I added to the position, added to a winner. And as you can see, a winner it turned out to be in one trade in about 15 minutes. Again, you can see the entire trade play out live in front of your eyes if you want. Link in the description. But walked away with, we'll just call it $2,500, which is crazy. But it just goes to show that when you have a valid strategy, all it takes is one. All it takes is for one trade to go and behave. And it was nothing crazy at all. It was just, hey, I gave the trade a chance. I added to the trade because it was behaving like I thought it would, and it just continued to kind of look better and better. And it turned out and worked out just fine. And the crazy thing was that even if those other two winning days had not, played out, one trade wiped away 5 days worth of losses. So the biggest day trader truth I can give you, it's not fun to talk about. I'll be the first to admit it's a boring topic to talk about. I want to talk like this is fun right now. It's me sitting here saying, "Oh, look, I made $2,500 in 15 minutes." This is fun. I love to talk about this. But you know what actually made this all possible? Risk management, risk control. That's what kept me in the game. That's what allowed one single trade to more than wipe away all the losing trades, was risk management. Totally boring subject to talk about, but it's the topic, it's the skill that's required if you want to survive in the markets. And surviving is what cold streaks are all about. That 5-day run was just me trying to survive, was me just trying to keep my head above water, because I know, and I want you to know, that within the big picture, there are going to be opportunities to thrive. And you want to make sure that when those thriving opportunities come along, that you're positioned to still be able to benefit. And I did benefit. I wiped away all those losses. Now, of course, because I had the other two green days, it put me that much more back into the green and wiped away the losing streak that much more. But it was all built upon the premise of just survive. Just survive. So the day trading truth here, sometimes you just have to survive, and you survive with good risk management systems in place, understanding how to truly manage risk. And I hate to break it to you, but okay, well, I know how to use a stop loss, therefore I know how to manage risk. No. There's a lot more that goes into it than, hey, I know how to use I use a stop loss. Okay, that's like saying, hey, I know how to play baseball because I know what a baseball bat is. Okay, that's good. That's good, but you're not quite. There's more to it than that. But this right here just illustrates the fact that all it takes is one. But in order to only take one, you kind of got to do all that boring stuff by managing risk in the first place. So I hope this helps. I hope that you understand that these truths do matter. Losses happen, losing streaks happen, but you got to stay calm as you build confidence. And you got to understand the power of risk management as it allows you to survive. And then ultimately, the market will give you opportunities to thrive. And when those opportunities come along, because you've made the choice to survive, well then, hey, you have the opportunity to thrive. And thriving is what's going to ultimately keep things growing and keep things consistent over the long haul. So if you're on a streak right now, if you're kind of just feeling a little bit off, just keep these things in mind. And I really hope that this helps you out. Sure, it's fun to talk about and say, hey, look at this $2,500 gain, but I get it. I'll probably still have trolls, which so be it. It's YouTube, whatever, that'll show how do you lose 5 days in a row. like I said, you can only laugh about it. But as frustrated as I was, to give myself a little credit, at least I realized I was frustrated. At least I realized it was kind of, things were getting a little shaky, but I, just stayed calm, built that confidence back. And then when the opportunity to thrive came along, I thrived, and the rest is history. So that is my 5-day losing streak. And some of the day trading truths I wanted to boil in. Hopefully you find it helpful. Hopefully you found it worthwhile. If you do enjoy videos like this, where I take some of my real life results and try to apply them in a teachable type of way, then let me know down in the comment section. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below, even if it's just thanks, even if it's just an emoji, even if it's just anything. But hitting the like button, leaving a simple comment communicates to me that you enjoy these types of videos. And then also, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. To me, that always seems a little cheesy to be like, hey, you've watched one video, subscribe to my channel. But what I will ask is, if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you've decided to watch some of these other live trade videos that I've linked here in this video, but check out some other videos across the channel. And at that point, if you still like what you see, then I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. So I won't ask you to subscribe after just one single video, but I will ask, check out some other videos. And if you like what you see, then I would definitely love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. So yeah, that was my 5-day losing streak. Hopefully these day trading truths that I shared with you can help you out moving forward. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.